Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the Live Like Jesus podcast. Today we got Hayden.
What's up, guys?
I'm Ollie, and we got a special guest with us. We're very excited to have on. This is Justin Blaine, everybody.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so just to jump in, just tell us a little bit about kind of where you grew up, who you are, what do you do for work?
Yeah. Right now, I work as a land surveyor in Rapid City, and I volunteer with Young Life. I grew up in Rapid City
Nice.
and around. Went to high school here at Rapid City Christian. I guess more of like a spiritual background. I gave my life to Christ when I was 5 years old, I think. My mom walked me through just what that process meant, and I walked with the Lord since then. Maybe not as tight in some areas, and I've just been blessed to have great friends. And my wife Reagan that have pushed me and challenged me, and I feel like just the last probably 5 years, there's just been a lot of growth and learning.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
Some challenging times that have just been really great to walk through with Jesus on my side.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
a quick rundown of who I am.
Cool. So you're part of Young Life. Tell us how you kind of got involved with Young Life.
Well, I was not doing a whole lot with my life. Just working and really living like the day to day for myself. And I felt like there was something more. And for some reason, there was an interest or a pull to do something with high schoolers in ministry setting, but at the time the church I went to wasn't big enough and didn't have more than like 3 high schoolers going to that church.
Okay.
And I really thought that opportunity would happen there. And one Sunday, a gal stood up and shared about Young Life looking for volunteer leaders. I had no idea what Young Life was, and I felt like that was just designed to, learn more.
Yeah, definitely.
I sat down with a few guys from Young Life like that week or the week after, and they told me all about it and just how it's their motto is introducing adolescents to Christ, and the way that they do that is going into the schools, going to sports games, and just making those connections.
Okay.
And having a personal relationship with these young adults before, just to make that conversation easier, to build trust. And I really liked what that was, and I wanted to know more. And I did the new leader training, and that was the end of 2021. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it's been several years since, and it's been great, and it's
Nice.
it's taught me a lot. It stretched me. I think reaching out and making new connections and new friendships has never been a strong suit for me, and it's been a way that I've seen God work in my life. Just his power really showing through where my strength is not. But
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's kind of huge. So like you were wanting to already like kind of serve or lead like kids, and God just puts like this opportunity like in front of your face to go lead kids. That's kind of a blessing, and that could kind of like move us on to our next question of like how do you know if you're called to like lead or called to serve? For you, it was just kind of an opportunity that was put in your face, but maybe for like other people, like how can they know that they're called to serve or lead?
Well, I think that we're all called to serve. I think what that means to me and what that means to you, it can be very different.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people see serving God and think like a third world missionary, someone who's long term and in a place with no running water. But
Yeah.
I think you can serve God in small things and little things, in everyday things.
In your own community.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. In your family, in your workplace.
Yeah.
With your siblings, with your spouse, with your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the time you'll just realize, like, it's right there in front of you, the opportunity to serve. I think, like, with your life, you kind of shared that.
Yeah.
Just, like, you just know that God is, like, calling you to it. So, yeah, I think, like...
Oh, sorry, I can go, yeah. So I just, like, really something you said, like, you think all people are kind of called to serve or lead in a way. I think I agree with that. I think as like, we can read in Ephesians 2:10, like, everyone is, like all children of God is, like, called to serve. Like, he planned deeds for us from a long time ago. So I think that's, like, I think that was just really cool what you said, because, yeah, like, I don't know. I just really like what you said there.
Yeah. And Ollie used the word called, and I think sometimes that can be a difficult thing to understand.
Yeah.
I think it's something that a lot of people say but don't really know what it means.
Yeah.
And I think even just service, I think, is something that can be a tricky word to understand. I mean, service is just caring for someone and doing something not for your own needs, not for your own self-interest. And if you're called to serve, there's a graphic that really helped me understand this, where it's when your desires and pull it up so I don't misquote it. when your desires and your gifts and an opportunity all line up together.
Yeah. There's almost like always an opportunity,
right,
like, in your life where you can find something to do like that.
And if there's an opportunity and a desire but not the gifts and talents, then there's always a space to practice or to learn more.
Yeah.
If you have a desire to serve and you have the gifts but there's not an opportunity, then you should just wait.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, like, even opportunities can help you learn, like, your gifts and talents almost. Like, if I go and take this opportunity to, like, preach, but I'm not good at preaching, I feel like that could be, like, a learning step that God's teaching me through it almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think, like, a lot of the time when you're like trying to find that calling to serve, I think it's important to, like, seek God. And Matthew 7 through 8, kind of mostly 8, but it says, "Keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, everyone who seeks finds, and everyone who knocks the door will be open." So I think, like, part of it is, like, you have to open yourself up to God, like, and kind of go out of your way to find him. I like the scenario. It's like a wide, like football. You got the quarterback, the wide receiver, right? And you have a route you should run, right? So God, like, gives us that route we should run, but a lot of the time we run out of that route, go a different direction, and then it feels like God is throwing us a terrible pass, but you got to realize, like, you're going the wrong way. So instead of, like, having to go out of your way to get that pass, like, follow God's route for you in the first place.
Yep.
I kind of like that scenario. I just thought of that.
That's a good picture.
Yeah.
I think along with that analogy, a good quarterback and wide receiver relationship is one that has chemistry.
Yeah.
And chemistry is built with practice, with communication. And if we want to know and have chemistry with the God that we serve, we need to spend time in his literal word.
Yeah.
Spend time with him. Spend time with him in prayer.
Yeah.
Asking, but also listening.
Yeah. And a lot of the time when you like start seeking him, like right as you start, you'll realize he was there the whole time, like waiting for you to just reach out to him. So
Yeah.
I think it's important to like reach out to God in the first place, you know, and like seek him as Matthew 7:8 says.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like finding joy in serving? Like, should you find joy in serving? Or like, should it be something that maybe you don't enjoy, but you're doing it for the right purposes?
That's a good question. I think sometimes our enjoyment doesn't always line up with where we're serving.
Yeah.
I think it can, and I think sometimes after the fact there's so much joy, but in the moment you're definitely not seeing it.
Yeah.
Like I think of just moments like being with a young life student that just had like a terrible breakup and is going through a rough time in his life and feels like everything's falling apart, and that's not a fun moment. I didn't enjoy being there, but that sounds awful. But it's like it's a sorrowful moment, and it's a heavy moment, but afterwards, like I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of his life and to be there, even just a shoulder to lean on, a ear to hear, on a day that was so hard for him.
There's always joy to find in the hard moments.
Yeah. I find that question very interesting. I think like there definitely can be joy, but I feel like God also does call us to like kind of endure it, like if there is pain.
Yeah.
So it says in like 1 Peter chapter 2, like kind of like the second part of verse 20, it says, "But if you suffer for doing good and endure it patiently, God is pleased with you." And I mean, we can see Peter and like Paul throughout the entire Bible kind of talk about this. Like Paul was arrested and he was suffering through that, but yet he was enduring it to please God.
Yeah.
I guess I don't like really know like a good answer on like why we should endure it except to please God.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think that was a good question you asked.
Yeah, I think like just like even though you might not find joy in the moment, like Justin said, like you're always gonna find some sort of benefit out of it, you know, and like even in Mark 10:45 it says, "For the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many." So like I think
That's what I was just gonna read.
Sorry, still not.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, just like following his example. Like, even though you might not enjoy it at the moment, like, Jesus probably didn't enjoy it every time he was serving people that were against him and, you know, didn't like him.
Yeah,
but he did it anyway, and he changed many lives through that.
Yeah, and like the theme of your podcast,
Live like Jesus.
Live like Jesus.
Yeah.
I know the name. Like, I think like if that's the goal of to live more like him, like he had so much power to just sit and bask in the power.
Yeah.
But he chose to
go out of his way.
And get his hands dirty and to serve others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? It's kind of a deeper question. What do you think is the most difficult thing you've been through leading and like serving? Like a moment where you might have regretted it a little bit, but like in the end you realized it was good.
Boy, I think
It's a
just
deep
like
question. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think answering a phone call when someone's crying on the other end and you've never heard them cry.
Yeah.
And that situation there, like you're like, what should I do?
Yeah.
Should I like I feel like I don't know. There's so many questions and then and all of a sudden you're like, well, I can't do much over the phone because I can't really understand what's being said, and I can't feel out the situation. So you meet up, and it's like, I don't know, if you're having the worst day of your life, there's nothing that I can say that's going to change that. There's not going to be a moment of resolve that's going to come from this. It's probably going to be 20 minutes or a few hours of just suck and just sitting with someone in that pain. And
but the fact that somebody was able to reach out to you like in that moment, it shows kind of how much like an impact people like Young Life leaders have on people's lives, you know.
It's an honor. And it's I don't know. I think it's important not to just be there for the fun times. It's to say I'm with you.
Yeah.
When it sucks. When it's difficult, when it's hard.
Just like God is to us.
Yeah. And I'm not perfect at it by any means. I'm probably not even good at it. but yeah, but I'm showing up, and I get the privilege of just being there and saying to God, this is so big, this is out of my control, this is not anything that I can fix. And then watching him work is just, it's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess time to get on like the little happier side from that kind of sad question. So I guess a little bit more of a happier question is, what's something you've seen from God while leading? So it could be like, I don't know, maybe a kid that you led, like maybe you've seen him grow. Maybe it's your relationship between you and God. Maybe it's your relationship between you and your wife, Reagan.
Sure. I think like personally in my life, I don't know, if I look back to where I was and what I was doing 5 years ago, it's a totally different person. And that's just proof of God changing me, and as I choose to kind of let him change me. Yeah, I don't know. One of the coolest stories that comes to mind, there was a kid, I think a junior in high school, and we went to Young Life Camp, and I got to know him a little bit, but still not super close relationship. And I sat down with him and asked him if he was interested in knowing more about Jesus, and he was like, "No, I'm good." And I kind of, felt like that was a little bit disappointing. Like I was disappointed just in the situation of like, I don't know, did I do something wrong? Did I don't know, not present this well enough? Was I confusing? Was I unclear? And then a year later at camp the next year, he shared with me that he had a rough night at prom that year. See if I can share details without giving anything away. His date stood him up, and he was in the parking lot and just broken up, and broken spirit, and was listening to the radio, and Scotty McCreery's song came on, Red Letter Blueprint, which is talking about always being able to go back to the red letters, which are the words that Jesus said in the Bible. And he said that night he surrendered his life to Christ. And I think that's just the coolest moment, because not only did I get to walk alongside him through that process, but also it wasn't up to me. Like, and I got to see that. I got to see that even though I was showing up and I was trying my best, I couldn't make anything happen of it. But God can, and in God's timing. And then the coolest part is that I got to hear about that, and then I got to see him and how his life changed, how he matured over that short time period, and how he wanted to just care for others and be more positive. Was just a cool thing to see from start to finish. And it's not finished, but there was just a lot of growth, and that was a sweet thing to be a part of.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's really inspiring. Like, it went from this kid who's like kind of like shut off almost and not wanting to hear about Christ to getting shut down on prom and hearing a song from the radio,
right?
And surrendering his life to
and
God.
not a Christian song. Like it's just in
I think it's
country
cool.
music.
I think that just shows like God kind of meets us where we're at. Like it's not like we have to go to Him.
Yeah, and then again,
really cool.
that same kind of theme, like you can always find something good from the bad, like he did, and it really like changed his life. It sounds like it's really cool.
Yeah,
that kind of leads us to our second group discussion question here, and that is like what things do you think keep us from serving?
That's a good one. I think the biggest thing for me is selfishness. When I get too in my own head about if I'm good enough to serve, or if I have the energy to serve,
Or if you're gonna enjoy it,
right? Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna enjoy being a chaperone at this homecoming dance.
How can this benefit me?
Right.
Yeah.
And if I think about myself, then that's really, I mean, that's not why I'm doing it. And that can keep me from doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like others' approval too. Like you're too focused on what will they think about it? Will this person care about it? Will they be proud of me? Will they be disappointed? Like it's easy to get focused on too much about what other people think instead of how you can give yourself up to serve God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like mine's kind of basic compared to your guys's, but I would just say like busyness.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like what we get attacked with a lot. Like sometimes we're not busy and we're just throwing out excuses out there not to do it, right? It's like, I don't know, like I could throw out the excuse like, oh, I don't want to go and serve God and do work crew again because I need to have a job so I can pay off college in the summer. Yeah. Like that would be an easy excuse for me to use not to go out and serve. So I just feel like busyness and like excuses.
Yeah.
I agree.
And along with the like busyness, I don't know, like sometimes just like taking an inventory of what you do spend your time with, and being like, what's something that I can cut back on just a little bit here and there, to make time to serve, or, and if you're not even in the range of like, I don't even want to serve, carve out some time and set time aside to just be with Jesus.
Yeah.
And give him the space to, I don't know, look at your heart and change your heart, and that might change how you view serving God and serving others.
Yeah, if you don't give him that space, like how can he change you, you know? So like with busyness, it's easy to let those things get ahead of you. I do it all the time, and then next thing you know, you don't have time for God, and it's like God isn't changing you because you're not giving him time, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's an easy like human instinct.
I would say that's very encouraging. Like if I live my life trying to like find time for God, like that's never guaranteed. So if I try to find time to read my Bible, me reading my Bible might not ever be guaranteed. But rather if I carve out time and I make time, that is guaranteed.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Okay, so picture somebody, they're thinking about serving, okay? What would your advice be to them if they're kind of considering it? It's a thought in the back of their mind. Like, what would you tell them? Because you've been through that.
Sure. Say yes. Where I was, it was like, go to work, come home, put some burritos in the microwave, and play video games, go to sleep. rinse and repeat. And I was saying I wasn't looking for opportunities to serve, and I didn't realize that was me saying no.
Wow.
And I had to just make a choice to say, I have to do something that's outside of myself, and I'm going to say yes to something that maybe is not super appealing or what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah.
And and it was great. And I think that opened doors to more opportunities, and all of a sudden I'm doing things in church setting that's extra. I'm serving others with Young Life and another organization, and then all of a sudden I get married, and she's also saying yes to a lot of things, and then we had to stop saying yes to things. But I think that like if you're seeking, I don't know, just seek the Lord, seek Jesus, and also you don't have to say yes to anything. If it's difficult to say yes to something, say yes to something small. It doesn't have to be a weekly commitment or a monthly commitment. It can be a friend that needs help moving, and just be like, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's just how it starts.
Yeah. I think it.
No, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's important to like always remember to do it with love. Like if you're gonna do it in the first place, like do it with love. If you're not gonna do it with love, I would like don't do it in the first place. I think that's important. It says in Colossians 3 verse 23, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. So again, just like if you're gonna do it in the right way. Do it with love and inspire others through it.
Yeah, that's great. I really appreciate like your advice on that. I feel like I struggle with like the sin of laziness a lot. So I think like that aspect of like, oh, I'm gonna go live my life on like this couch and play games all day. It's gonna be kind of hard for God to squeeze in like opportunities to go out and lead or serve when you're not giving him much space to work with. I mean, don't get me wrong, he definitely still can.
Right.
Like he definitely still can give you some opportunities. But I feel like it's definitely a lot harder when you're not being like open to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not crushing on playing video games.
Yeah, no. No.
But
Video games are awesome.
Yeah. I was just doing it way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what you said about serving with love. In Matthew 22, some people asked Jesus what the greatest commandment was, and Jesus replied, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind.
Oh yeah.
This is the first and greatest commandment. A second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. The entire law and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two commandments."
It's all about love.
Yeah, and loving God and loving others, and it's a tall order to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to say that I don't I don't love the Lord with all my heart, all my soul, and all my mind, but that's because I'm human.
Yeah, but you strive to.
Yeah. And then if the second commandment, equally important, love your neighbor as yourself. Like if we think about all the things we do for ourselves, that's not service. That's just selfishness. That's self-preservation. But if we cared for others the same way that we care for ourselves, we would be an unstoppable force of service.
100%.
Yeah, and I feel like to do that, you have to kind of learn what love means in a way. So like as it talks about in, I think it's 1 John 4:19, it talks about like we love each other because God loved us first. So I feel like we got to understand what love is, where it comes from, and how we can spread that to others. So I like what you said. I also liked what you said about like how everything we do should be with love.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's a love chapter. It's like 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse like 2, where it's talking about like I could push mountains and I could do all this, but if I don't do it with love, then it would be nothing.
Yeah.
So I really like what you said.
Yeah. Well, any closing thoughts for anybody?
Nothing comes to mind.
All right. Well, do you want to end it with prayer here?
Sure, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Dear Jesus, thank you for just this time to come together and talk about what you mean to us, and just this discussion of service. I pray for those listening that you'll just create an opportunity and just a desire to serve others, to serve you, in the little things. Thank you for Ollie and Hayden and just this adventure of a podcast that they're starting, and just the opportunity to share your word and what you're doing in our lives with others. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. If you guys want to join us, please message us. We would love to have you on our podcast. But other than that, thank you for watching. Have a great day.